Hi people! Hey crew, what's up? It's Atru and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. Unless you guys are new around here, my name is Ashley, but they call me Atru. In today's video, I am going to be talking about something semi-exciting, semi-sad. So get your snacks, get your tissues, and let's get started. Also, I'm going to be straightening my hair in this video because I just felt like it would be kind of boring. Not that you watching me straighten my hair is super exciting, but you know, it at least gives you something to look at other than my face. If you could tell by the title of this video, or if you clicked on it for the title of this video, I'm going to be telling you guys the story of my first tattoo. Here, let's get like a close-up. It's hard to do because it's on my wrist. So yeah, I'm going to be telling you the story of my very first tattoo that I ever got. And I'm going to be talking about who inspired it, which I'm sure you can also tell from the title of this video because you guys can read. Okay, so yeah, let's get started. My very first tattoo was inspired by my favorite singer ever. Her name was Christina Grimmie, and she was a singer who started out right here on YouTube. She was born in New Jersey. She lived with her mom Tina, her dad Bud, and her brother Mark, and she loved to sing. And to me, she just had one of the best voices, and if she were still here, I'm positive that it only would have gotten better and stronger the more and more that she sang. Because if you were like an OG, I'm not gonna pretend to be, I wasn't like a super OG, but if you like go back and watch her very first video that she put on YouTube like 12 years ago and then compare it to the last time she sang, like, whoa, did she progress. So the first time that I saw Christina Grimmie was when she opened for Selena Gomez, and it must have been, I can't remember if it was my junior or senior year of high school. So it had to be either 2011 or 2012. One of those years. But that was the first time that I saw her, and I was obsessed. Like, I went home and that's when I found her YouTube channel. So at that point, I think she had already been posting for a year or two. So like I said, I'm not like a super OG. I did not find her on YouTube. But obviously, once I heard her sing, I just wanted more. Like, she was incredible. And she literally just stood on stage at the Selena Gomez concert, or like before the Selena Gomez concert, and stood there with her little keyboard and sang into the microphone. And I think maybe for one or two songs they had like a backing track, but like she didn't have a band, she didn't have backup dancers. She stood there and played the keyboard and sang along with it. So you really just got to hear like her raw voice, you know? Then I saw her again the next time that I saw Selena Gomez. She opened for her again. I forget what year that would have been. Maybe 2013, 2014, somewhere in there. Yeah, she opened for Selena a second time, so I saw her then. And at that point, I knew who she was, and I honestly was going more so to see her and not Selena. And here I have something. So I actually had this made. It says like Christina Grimmie, and then it has like what she put on her album cover. It was kind of like her signature logo. I had that. I wore that to the concert with my friend Jasmine that I went with. So then the next time I saw her was after she was on The Voice. The Voice went on tour, and I'm still so mad that she didn't win. She came in third because Team Grimmie rocks. But yeah, she came in third, so that was a bummer. But she still got to go on the tour. I think the tour is like the top 10 or 15 or 20. I don't know. I really only cared about her. I wish I knew where it was, but I also got a t-shirt that says The Voice Tour. It didn't have her name on it or anything. Or maybe it does on the back, but I don't think so. I think it has the dates on the back. But either way, I was lucky enough to be a fan that got to see her multiple times. So I'm very thankful for that. And then obviously I watched her YouTube You know, she never really stopped doing YouTube covers. That's how she started. And all the information I'm giving you can literally be found on her YouTube channel. Like, that's where I got it from. One of her first videos to like go viral or do really well was when she covered Miley Cyrus's Party in the USA. And her family had like a party when it hit 100,000 views. And you know, she had like a song played on Radio Disney. She guest starred on So Random at one point, like after Demi Lovato left the show. She did a song with Dove Cameron and someone else. I don't know who it is, I'm sorry. I think it's Baby G, but I could be wrong, don't quote me. Called What a Girl Is, so you can like look it up on YouTube or on iTunes. I highly recommend, like, if you don't know who I'm talking about and you're like, I've never heard of Christina Grimmie, like, go look at her YouTube stuff before you Google anything about her. Like, because you'll fall in love with her, like, and her voice and her spirit and her character. She was so authentically herself. She was like a gamer. Her YouTube username was ZeldaXLove64. So she was a big fan of video games. And oh, guys, I just realized I forgot to put the heat protector on my hair. Bummer. Oh well. She had a very strong sense of faith. She was not shy about it on her channel. She talked about it openly and honestly and frequently. She was not afraid to, you know, put on the internet that she was a big believer in God and Jesus, and she was not super girly. She wore like tank tops and basketball shorts, and you know, she just owned it. She never tried to be anything. She never tried to change for Hollywood and lose like that conservative side to her, you know, because she was so religious. Her mom survived breast cancer 3 times. She was very close with her brother, but she still like was so cool. Like, she had tattoos. She dressed edgy. Like, I don't know. She was just amazing. And unfortunately, if you don't know who she is, then I hate to tell you, but she unfortunately died when, I want to say she was 22. She died in 2016, I can tell you that. So, and she would have been 28 this year, but she died in June 9th or 10th, something like that. She was shot by one of her fans at a meet and greet. She, again, was not, you know, she wasn't like Kanye West or Taylor Swift. She wasn't a big time celebrity, so she didn't do big fancy venues. And unfortunately, this place did not have metal detectors in their venue. And so this fan, you know, purchased tickets or whatever, or maybe it was free, I don't even know, to the meet and greet after the concert. And according to like witnesses and reports that were given, Christina like looked at the guy, because yes, it was a guy, like opened her arms to give him a hug, and he shot her. And then her brother, who traveled with her and played guitar for her, they were super close. Her brother Mark like jumped over the table, I think, if I remember correctly. It's been a long time since I like read up on it, because it was just very sad. Not something I like to revisit. And tackled the gunman and like wrestled him for the gun, or maybe the gun like flew out of his hands, I don't know, but either way, the gunman got the gun back and then killed himself. Which, like, of course he did, because that's what they always do, because they're cowards. And then, obviously, once people figured out who he was, it came out that this guy was, like, an obsessed fan. And he talked to his family members and his coworkers about her and said how much he loved her and that he was going to meet her and find her one day. And that he went as far as, like, doing things to his appearance that he thought she would like more. And yeah, he didn't even live in that area where the concert was held. She died in Florida. I want to say she either died one day before or one day after the Pulse night shooting, but I can't remember which. I probably should have like read up on this again before I like came on here and made this video and talked a bunch about it. But again, it was like a dark few months when she passed. Like it was hard. And so it was just devastating, you know, like she had just been on The Voice maybe a year and a half ago. She was really starting to be like an up and coming star, and you know, she started posting on YouTube when she was like 14 or 15. So it wasn't like an overnight success kind of thing. She really had worked and done all the steps. You know, she auditioned for The Voice. Okay, I told you that she opened for Selena Gomez, right? So when she did that, it's because Selena Gomez's stepdad saw a YouTube video that she put out, and he reached out to her brother Mark and was like, hey, I think your sister's pretty talented, like let's get her out here. And so that happened, you know. But like, that's what I mean, like it wasn't done by any sort of connection. She didn't have a family friend. She wasn't born into a family that was already in show business. You know, she was just a small town girl from New Jersey who put out videos on YouTube and was unbelievably talented. So she's, you know, as time went on, would get more views and more subscribers, and then it got noticed by someone who did have a connection and everything, and he gave her a break, and like that was it. You know, she never got like a record deal from it, unfortunately. She went right back home to New Jersey after and started covering songs on YouTube again. I'm sorry, you can Google and fact check, you know, but like I'm just giving you the rough story of what I know about her. But anyway, so my tattoo. So my first tattoo that I ever got, I have 11. My first one ever was right here on my wrist, and it was a tribute to Christina. So the very last album that she ever put out before she died was, it was kind of like blue splatter paint like this, or blue splattery stars, and the blue splattery star part made up the music note symbol, and then it had a black drop. And I really wanted to get something in her honor, something so I would never forget her and that she would live on, because, you know, I knew that it was just hard in that moment, that the loss was so devastating. Like, at the end of the day, she wasn't someone in my close personal circle. She was just someone who meant a lot to me, whose music I enjoyed, and who I really, really supported. And so it did feel like a loss, and it was very sad when it happened. But obviously, with every death, you know, there's that saying, like, time heals all. It's just, you know, true. Like, other things, like, you just learn to live with it, and life goes on. And so I knew that one day, thinking of Christina or watching her videos wouldn't make me so sad. Because there was a period there where I, like, didn't want to listen to her music or watch her videos because it just would make me cry, you know? Just that her life was taken in such a tragic way. So it was a definite tragedy. So like I said, I wanted to get a tattoo in her honor because I didn't want to ever forget how much she meant to me. That is what I did. Obviously, I couldn't put like a blue shimmery music note though with a black drop. It just wouldn't have, I don't think it would have looked the same on my skin as it did on the screen. So I didn't, actually I could just show you like real quick. So it looked like that. So that was the last album that she put out before. It wasn't so much an album, I guess it only had 4 songs on it. It was like a story, and there were like music videos to go along with it. But she released the album before she died, and then she didn't even get to live long enough to have the music videos released. So that was really the last thing that we got from her while she was alive. Since her passing, her family has released several more songs and albums of stuff that she had recorded, and so it's really great that we still get to like enjoy her music and her talent. But it is still tragic and sad. So I'm really happy and thankful that I have this tattoo, and even though it doesn't make me as sad as it did, I like having something for her because she deserves to be remembered and her legacy just deserves to live on. That is my very first tattoo story. It was a tribute to my favorite singer. I still say that she is my favorite singer if someone asks. If I have to pick a living one, I say it's Taylor Swift. But Christina Grimmie, Team Grimmie, till the very end, never forget. Team Grimmie rocks. Christina used to do these, the rock fingers. It was like, if you were a fan, you knew what it meant. I kind of want to get it tattooed too somewhere. I like it too because I have my We Never Know When the Bus Is Coming tattoo on the same one as that. So like, it's 2 reminders to like live every day to the fullest, because you literally don't know when it's going to be your time. People always say like, you make plans and God laughs. So the good news is that whether you believe it or not, whether you have a strong faith or not, I find it very comforting to think that Christina had a strong faith and believed wholeheartedly and 1000% in the afterlife and in God and in heaven, and that she's there now and all her dreams came true when she got there. And I think I mentioned earlier in the video her mom had survived breast cancer 3 times, but she did end up passing away, I want to say a year or 2 after Christina. And so now I like to believe that they're both up there together and that they're okay and at peace, and that all of us down here are just keeping Christina's legacy alive. So yeah, if you guys don't know who she is, I highly recommend watching her on YouTube, just so you can hear her sing at the very least. And like, you can go to her YouTube channel, all her videos are still public, so you can see the very first one that she ever posted. I'm sure you'll find a song on there that you like. She covered many different genres. She collabed with a lot of people. And also, happy birthday to Christina, because today is her birthday. Well, it's her birthday today that I'm filming this. By the time you guys see it, it'll be the day after her birthday. But her birthday is March 12th, and today she would have been 28 years old. So it's terrible that she didn't get to live a longer life. It's terrible that it was stolen in a way that should have been so intimate and so safe. But I think I'm gonna wrap up this video. My hair looks done, and I think I've said all I can say about Christina without becoming really like repetitive and redundant and just telling you all how much I love her. If YouTube didn't have like such strict copyright, I would totally do like a video, I don't know, where I did like, where I played her music for you guys and like talked about it and why I liked it and why it like touched me and spoke to me and why she's just the best ever. But it's fine, YouTube, it's fine. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I know this is kind of like a different video, but like I said yesterday when you guys are watching this, was Christina's birthday, and they did a tribute video for her on her YouTube, and they released a new song, and so she was just kind of heavy on my heart today, and I was just thinking, I've done a video before where I explained one of my tattoos, so I thought it would be fun to explain my very first one. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys liked this video, pretty please give it a thumbs up. It really supports me and my channel. And if you guys liked me, pretty please hit that subscribe button. We are this close to 100 subscribers. I put out new videos every Sunday and Thursday, 11 a.m. Pacific time. Yeah, I think that's everything. So, okay, love you, bye.